Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Inside number 9, which a lot of people have requested me to do a review on. I'm also going to be kind of comparing it to Black Mirror. So there will be minor spoilers for both Inside number 9 and Black Mirror throughout this video, but it's not going to be too major. But yeah, I will point out if there's going to be a spoiler if I do talk about it. So Inside number 9 is an anthology series with each episode exploring like a dark, twisted story, and it's always in a location that's like number 9. So it's a flat that's number 9 or a house or something like that. It's always in a place that's got to do with the number 9. I'm not 100% sure why, but yeah, it's just a cool little thing about it. It was created by Reece, Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton, and they also are in every episode. They like play a character in each episode, which I think is a really cool idea. And then they're joined with other actors, and often quite well-known actors in each episode, who kind of star alongside them. And yeah, it's a really, really interesting show. I really enjoy it. The episodes are around like 30-ish minutes long, and the reason that it's often compared to Black Mirror is because Black Mirror is also an anthology series that deals with like the dark and dangerous effects, mainly of technology, whereas Inside number 9 tends to deal with like any topic. Yeah, it doesn't have to do with technology at all, it's just like dark, twisted stories. Whereas, yeah, Black Mirror is a lot more focused on technology and like the dangerous effects of it in all different types of ways. So Black Mirror is created by Charlie Brooker, and the episodes for that tend to be like over an hour to like an hour and a half long. And yeah, so that's the reason why they're always often compared to Inside number 9 and Black Mirror. When it was recommended to me, it was, if you like Black Mirror, then you will like Inside number 9. And yeah, I often see them compared, like which one's better and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what this video is going to look at. Black Mirror for me was just sort of like this big cultural moment that like every time an episode came out, when a new series came out, it was all people would talk about. And it was really fun when the episodes were coming out. It was kind of like, you know, when like Game of Thrones was coming out and stuff like that. Like it was all everybody would talk about, which made it even, I think, just kind of an enhancing experience of watching it. And of course, they also did Bandersnatch, which was like the first like interactive TV episode or film, depending on what you want to refer to it as, because it is like basically a film, which I did that and I thought it was really cool. It was like really like emotionally a lot as well, because you feel a lot more in control of these characters and like what they're doing. And yeah, I thought it was awesome. I always kind of like those interactive choose your adventure kind of things, so I thought that was really fun. And yeah, something I'd never seen before. So Black Mirror is definitely, you know, like I said, this big cultural thing. It has obviously died off now, but obviously there's still references to Black Mirror. But yeah, we still get references to that. Inside number 9, I would say, is a lot more kind of low-key. I think it's definitely underrated. I should have been watching this way before now. Like, I think I've only been watching it for like the last year or so. Like, I only heard about it when somebody on my YouTube channel recommended it to me. Yeah, I barely ever hear anybody talk about it. Only kind of now I've kind of gone into like TV, Twitter and stuff like that I'm a lot more engaged in, like, yeah, just people discussing it. And yeah, I think it's an awesome show. So yeah, it's a real shame that it's not as a big cultural thing, but I think there are a few reasons for that. First of all, Inside number 9, the episodes are very impactful, but I would say Black Mirror's episodes are definitely a lot more gut-wrenching, and like a lot of the times they're a bit more relevant to what's going on. Like obviously Inside number 9 do make episodes that are relevant to stuff going on, but Black Mirror has often like predicted things, and I think that's kind of what has separated it and made it blow up a lot more. And obviously, and as well, Inside number 9 is very much like a British show, whereas Black Mirror is this big show that was eventually brought up by Netflix. Black Mirror to me was something that I enjoyed watching, but I more enjoyed the discussion around the episodes that we would talk about, because I'd often feel very like shaken up after watching an episode, particularly some of like the more like darker ones, like Shut Up and Dance. Like I felt like it was like I felt sick after that episode. Same with like the very first episode. Like I did feel physically sick after watching that. I don't really get that with Inside number 9. There are some episodes where you do feel a bit shaken up, like the Wise Owl episode. Like that one made me angry, but it wasn't in the kind of same scale as Black Mirror. I think because you're only watching for half an hour, whereas if you're watching for like an hour and a half and it's such a dark, twisted thing. I often felt a bit kind of like uncomfortable afterwards. That might just be me. But with Inside Number 9, I did just enjoy watching the episodes more because, I don't know, like maybe they were shorter, I don't know, but they just didn't have such an effect on me, but in a good way. I didn't like what I felt after watching a Black Mirror episode, and for me, a lot of the time it'd be like, oh, I'm watching it because I liked talking to people about it, whereas Inside Number 9 is just a lot more enjoyable. I think it's a lot smarter and clever in ways that Black Mirror isn't. But yeah, I enjoyed both. And obviously not all Black Mirror episodes were that dark. Like San Junipero and Hang the DJ were really nice episodes. Like I just enjoyed them. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say, so I'm not saying so basically what I'm trying to say, and I don't think I'm saying it very clearly, is that Black Mirror existed for me as just kind of like a what to watch to be involved in the conversation, whereas Inside Number 9 is something that I genuinely look a lot more forward to, like actually watching the show rather than like I want to be involved in the conversation. I think a big key point of that is like very similar to Game of Thrones actually. Black Mirror has kind of almost like just disappeared. After the latest series, it's series 5 I think. A lot of people were disappointed by it. I wasn't a massive fan of the episodes. I thought they were all right, but I wasn't really like mad at it. Like I don't know, they were there. I don't think they had like a massive impact on anything. And yeah, they just kind of dropped off. Whereas Inside Number 9 is on like series 7 now, I think. And I think the quality has maintained the entire way through. Obviously, there are like ups and downs, as there will be with any show. But I would say if you look at series 1 and series 7, they're pretty much about the same quality. And I wouldn't really say there's been a bad season of it. There are obviously episodes that I don't like as much as others. Yeah, for example, the proms one. I didn't like that episode very much. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy it. I still enjoyed watching it. It just didn't really have that much of an impact on me. Yeah, it just wasn't my favourite. Even though Inside Number 9 doesn't have like this massive worldwide audience where like everybody's talking about each episode, it still has a very, very big core audience, especially in the UK. And I think that's great. I think whenever a show has, a very loyal fan base, then that just shows how good it is. Whereas, yeah, with Black Mirror, it's kind of like one of the things that just everybody watched. It's always just kind of, when I've seen people talking about Black Mirror, it's always been like, well, they predicted this, they predicted that, not like necessarily that the episodes were that good. So, which one do I prefer? I think overall, I definitely prefer Inside Number 9. I think I just like watching it a lot more than I do Black Mirror. I feel like it is a lot more consistent from episode to episode. Especially it's like in the quality, in the writing, also in the humour. Like it is more of a dark comedy than Black Mirror is just like a dark drama, I guess. I like the comedy aspect of it. I like dark humour, and it's dark humour in a way that isn't like offensive, which I think is nice. I think it is just like a very twisted, like just it's twisted tales. I like that. I like that they're not always on the same kind of idea that like technology is bad that Black Mirror is. I think you like in one episode you're dealing with like the supernatural, another episode it's like to do with like cops and like something that happened on the job kind of thing, or it's completely, I don't know, it's just different. I like that, like a birthday party or something like that. Like everything is different, and I think they do such a good job of containing such a complex story in one like 30-minute slot. So I think that's really, really like impressive. I never know what to expect when I'm watching an Inside Number 9 episode. Like sometimes there's not really that many twists at all, and other time it's like a twist every second, like the riddle of the Sphinx. I thought that had loads of twists and turns, and it didn't feel like excessive, even though like when you kind of look at it and be like, oh, that twisted that twist. But when you're watching it, you felt so engaged, and it's like, who's going to win? It's like a battle of them. Same with that magician episode, I can't remember the name. But yeah, they were just kind of like battling out who's going to outdo the other one. And I liked that. I liked that, even when kind of the twists and turns do kind of seem a bit excessive, it still works. Whereas I think Black Mirror, once it became known for the twists, that was like, right, we've got to do that, we've got to make it dark and twisted, where it's like, it made its episodes purely they kind of stick to the same formula almost, I think. But whereas Inside Number 9, I do feel like every episode is a lot more distinct and complex than the other ones. And yeah, I do like how Inside Number 9 is less, a bit more low-key, and you can like, and often the scariest things are when you are making stories about like just real life people, whereas like Black Mirror is a lot more like dystopian, and it's always kind of like there's this elaborate new world that we've entered and this is what's happening, whereas Inside Number 9 is like, this is just what's good. This is a regular flat. This is what's going on in it. Like Sardines, for example, the very first episode, which I think is one of the best episodes, like best first episodes of a TV show ever. Like I was hooked immediately, and this may be a bit spoilery, so if you're not wanting to be spoiled for this episode, but yeah, so people just playing a game of sardines, and I just like the way it was done. It was just done so well. Like one person, like, we had a character introduced to us every second. There was something odd. We knew there was something odd, but we didn't know, especially because this was the first episode I watched. I know other people may have joined at different episodes, but that I watched it from the very start. And yeah, the ending was just, oh God, like it was amazing. Like it was so good. And I just thought I just really, really enjoyed it. And just amazing actors as well. Like I love Tim Key and Catherine Parkinson in the first episode. Like I just love that. Some of my favourite episodes were Sardines, obviously. That still sticks to me as one of my favourite episodes. I did really enjoy Cold Comfort. I thought that was a bit like different. I like that it was just kind of set in the office and you're dealing with phone calls, and very dark as well. But I did like that one. 12 Days of Christine, I think has kind of been hailed as one of the best episodes, which I definitely agree with. I think it was just, oh God, it was emotional. It was confusing. You were like distorted. And yeah, I thought it was just a fantastic episode, that one. I really liked Private View. That's kind of less like almost like a horror movie kind of plot. And that had Morgana Robinson in, actually. Yeah, I liked Morgana Robinson in that one. And yeah, that one I thought was a very good episode as well. I liked kind of like all different people seemingly kind of unknown to each other, like unrelated to each other, kind of interacting in that kind of environment. I thought that was fun. It was very weird. Deathly Not Proud is a weird one, but it definitely sticks in my head as one of the most memorable. But it was very odd. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that one, except that it was very odd, but like, yeah, intriguing and yeah, just weird, sticking in my memory, that one. And I did really enjoy Wise Owl, which is one in the later series. I think that definitely was my favourite episode out of the last series. That one really, I thought it was emotional. It was interesting with the different, like, with the cartoon and then real life, and yeah, very dark and kind of that kind of like mystery element to it. Just like as an audience, we didn't know what was going on, and there was obviously like clues in the cartoons almost. And yeah, that one was my favourite one out of the later series. I thought, yeah, it was very good, very captivating, very emotional. But yeah, those are the ones that kind of stick in my mind a lot. And obviously Riddle of the Sphinx, I thought that one was very good as well. And yeah, there's probably loads more that I'm not even thinking of. But yeah, I'm going to have to go and rewatch them again, because I did generally enjoy it. I haven't watched all of them. So I've watched every episode, but I haven't gone back and rewatched it all properly. I've just watched kind of like my favourite ones. But I'm definitely going to have to do a proper rewatch of them all, because I did thoroughly enjoy it. Obviously, while I do prefer Inside Number 9, that's not to say Black Mirror wasn't good. There are still some episodes in there that I think about a lot, like for good. I think that some of them are excellent pieces of TV. I just think it did kind of drop off, but like obviously it's still kind of ingrained in our like minds and our culture, just because we keep referencing it, and I think that's incredible. It's one of the shows that has managed to do that, even though it did kind of decline in quality quite a bit. But yeah, like I said, it's not to say that there weren't amazing episodes, because they were. But I think I just prefer the format of Inside Number 9, with there being humour in it. And also, it's not kind of as much of a commitment to watch like an hour and a half show that is going to emotionally destroy me, make me like feel is physically ill. Some of the episodes, like the episode with the pig, the first one, like, oh, that made me feel sick. Whereas Inside Number 9, while there are some episodes that are a bit much for me, it's not kind of on the same scale. It's a lot more enjoyable. They still make you think in the same way that Black Mirror did. But it's also not just about technology. It definitely does kind of expand your horizons a bit. And I like that it doesn't have to focus on one thing. Like, you never know what you can expect. And I think that's kind of maybe what trapped Black Mirror, made it not be able to continue. Because there's only so many episodes you can make with the same kind of overarching theory that like technology is going too far. Whereas with Inside Number 9, they're not really restrained by that. They're just doing twisted tales about anything and anything they can think of, which I think, yeah, definitely is amazing. So yes, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then please give it a like. It's really appreciated. And comment down below your thoughts on Inside Number 9 and whether you think it's better than Black Mirror or not. Or just your thoughts. Doesn't have to be compared to Black Mirror. They exist both as their own amazing shows. But yeah, I just felt like I have to compare them since that's what just everybody does. It's hard not to compare them. But yeah, and subscribe if you want to see more videos to do with TV. I'll have some more videos out for you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye!